Hi everyone, welcome to the 9th installment of Art Class from Home. My name is Evan Furness, I'm the visual arts educator at the gallery, and this week we are taking a look at Marcel Barbeau's sculpture, Pipe Dreams 5. This sculpture is a large structure made up of red plastic pipes, and when it's installed, the sculpture kind of winds its way through the space and resembles a sort of three-dimensional drawing. This activity explores the idea of a 3D drawing and shows you how you can make a paper sculpture similar to Barbeau's, but on a smaller scale. The demo will walk you through how to go about doing this, and it's a fun little activity that requires very little materials to do it. Hope you check out the demo, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you soon with another video. Hi everyone, welcome to the 9th installment of Art Class from Home. This week's activity is a very fun one. It is making a paper sculpture based on Marcel Barbeau's artwork, Pipe Dreams 5. Now his artwork is really large, but these sculptures that we're going to make today are super cool because they're extremely light. They're pretty small, but a cool thing about them is that you can actually make them really big if you want to. You're only going to need scissors, tape, and a piece of paper for this. Newspaper actually works incredible for this. It's really cheap. You're recycling in the process. And it's much easier to roll up than this thicker piece of printer paper, but I don't have any newspaper here, so we are using this, which is fine as well. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our piece of paper and we're going to roll it up into a tube. But before we do that, so I guess it's not the first thing, is we are going to rip off a couple of pieces of tape so that once we roll up this piece of paper, we can quickly tape it together and we don't have to fumble with our tape and risk unrolling all of our hard work. So, there's two ways you can roll it up. You can roll it like this, you can roll it like this, or if you want to get more length out of your piece of paper, you can roll it on a diagonal, which I'm actually going to do. Now, it's a lot harder to roll up a piece of paper than you might think. So what I typically do is I actually start by folding my first couple of rolls. So I just start by folding just so that I have something to actually ground myself when I'm rolling, something to roll around. So we're going to put a piece of tape right there in the middle. If you're doing it in any of the other ways that I mentioned, you might want to add two pieces on the ends there just so that you don't get any unfurling. But now I have this super long piece of paper. I'm going to do the same thing with another piece of paper, but I'm going to make a smaller tube. And then I'm going to show you how you can connect them together and grow your sculpture into something small or something big. So as you can see, thickness is going to depend on how tightly you roll your paper. The tighter that you roll it, the more structurally sound it will be, the less likely that it's going to bend or collapse under pressure. Although paper is pretty light, so you're not really at much of a risk of that. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to connect the two pieces. I'm going to connect them at a 45-degree angle, just because that's simple. And this is where things get a little bit tricky and you need a little bit of practice to get it right. So we're going to rip off a long piece of tape. I typically attach them to the edge of my desk. And we're going to start by picking up one of the pieces, adding tape so that half of it is on the roll and half of it is not. From there, we're going to introduce the other piece on the corner, and we're just going to basically try and wrap it around as neatly as you can, which is very difficult. I have not mastered it yet. So as you can see, we're kind of wrapping around one, coming around the other. So That's pretty rigid. And basically that's it. You just keep making tubes. You keep expanding out. You can build upwards. You can build outwards. The fun thing about this is that you don't have to have a plan when you start. You can kind of just start building and they grow kind of organically, which is a lot of fun to just experiment and play. And another great thing about these sculptures is that once they're all taped together and they're all painted, they're really difficult to break. You can kind of throw, even if you make them out of newsprint, you can kind of throw them around and they're still totally intact. It's kind of amazing what paper can do. So I hope you have fun making and playing around with these paper tube sculptures. Play is a big part of art, experimenting, and I think this is a great project where the process is the same for everybody, but everybody's going to come out with a completely different and unique outcome. So, thanks so much for tuning in. That's all I had for you this week, and I will see you soon with another video.